within the Bloch School of Management. So what that means is I work a lot with students, but I also work with our mentoring initiatives, specifically within Bloch, and kind of help strategically bring those mentoring initiatives across the entire university at UMKC. So what I'm going to talk about today, before I let Katie introduce herself, is just how you can stay involved as an alum, and how can you give back to our university, how can you dedicate your time and energy in different ways, and particularly with career services. So yes, again, my name is Ashley. Katie, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Kaity Woody. I am the Managing Director of Alumni Relations here at UMKC. So I am over alumni programming. I work with the Alumni Governing Board, some of our affinity groups. So if you guys ever reach out to the alumni inbox, I'm the face behind that email. So glad to have you guys here today.
Yeah. So you've been hearing it all week, but this is our 4th of 5 events for Alumni Week 2022. I might ask one of my career services colleagues, do you mind putting in the link for the career services events for the rest of the week? We do have one more event tonight. It is an in-person networking event, so we're hoping that you can be there. We're just real excited to have an in-person event, to be honest, and be able to see other alums and be able to, again, talk to you more about the university and how you can get involved. So we'll kind of dive into that. I am very open to keeping this informal, very casual. We're a small group. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself or put them in the chats. We try to be really approachable here and to answer some of your questions. All right, let's dive right in. So I wanted to first focus on, at least through career services, how can you engage with our office, and what are some of the 3 main ways you can do that? Those 3 main ways are through mentoring initiatives, and we'll talk through all of that. Events, because we do host career events and programming all throughout the year. And then, of course, hiring our students. And so I'll talk through like how you can actually go about posting an internship or job with our office. So diving right in, mentoring. So as I mentioned, I'm responsible for a lot of mentoring initiatives within the Bloch School of Management, which mostly are for Bloch School students and alums. But I also work on a committee to bring together what's called the Rue Network. So Katie and I actually work together on this. The Central Career Services Office works with me on this as well. This is what you can consider to be UMKC's LinkedIn. So this is an online community where anyone can join, alum or student, or really even supporters of the university. And it's meant to be a place where you can connect with other Rues. But for you as an alum, how it can really work in from your perspective is that it's a place where you can share advice with current UMKC students, whether they're first year students who are really just trying to navigate college for the first time and just have maybe some questions about how to do that well, all the way to senior students who may be approaching the job search and just wanting to talk with someone about what that reality looks like and how you may have gone about that yourself as well. It's also a way that you can connect with other Rues and other alums as well. So it's a way that you can obviously expand your own professional network. This week, of course, has all been about Alum Career Week, right? And we're trying to really help you build your own network and build your own skill sets as well. So that's what the Rue Network can do for you. It's also a way for you, of course, to help develop future leaders. So, of course, if you are on a leadership team within your company, or maybe you're involved with campus or recruiting events, this is a fantastic way to build your company's brand on campus and to just remind students, hey, my company's here. And not only can I be a mentor to you, but I can help also develop you as a leader, maybe in my company or exploring internship opportunities. And of course, being a mentor is a way that you can stay connected, give back to UMKC. The Rue Network is going to be a very informal network. So it's not a structured formal program. There's no set up matching program. Like I said, think of it as UMKC's LinkedIn. It's just an online community for alums, supporters, and students to all connect with one another if they choose to. A more formal piece of mentoring, at least within the Bloch School, is called the Bloch Mentoring Program. So this is actually a formal program that has matching rounds every fall and spring semester. And it is a one-on-one mentoring match program, meaning that as a mentor, an alumnus would be matched up with a student mentee who is currently enrolled in Bloch programs. That could be a 4-year program. It could be our master's program. It's open to all schools within the Bloch School of Management. One thing to note about this program is that all of the alums in this, or all of the alumni, university supporters, mentors in this program, they are in business areas. So I'm very open to different mentors, no matter what area you graduated from, no matter what school you graduated from. But as long as you're in a business career path and feel like you can talk to a student about a particular area of business, I'm very open to having those mentors. So I just wanted to put that out there, that this is not just for Bloch alumni only. It's for anyone who is in a business career path. The mentoring relationships in this program, they last for about 4 months. So over the course of the academic semester, usually. And for the alumni, it's usually about 2 to 3 hours of commitment per month. So when I look for mentors, I look for people who are friendly, who are kind, who are compassionate, who are interested in engaging with the student, because you remember what it was like to be 18 and maybe clueless and trying to figure out your life. I look for those people who are willing to have those type of conversations with our students. However, above all, this program in the Bloch Mentoring School is Bloch Mentoring Program, excuse me, is very focused on career matching. So not only do I look for mentors who can provide some really good life advice, but I also look for mentors who can be matched up with a student based on the career area. So an example of this would be if I have an accounting student, I would match you, or if you're in accounting, excuse me, I would match you with an accounting student, right? And make sure that you're not only able to talk about life stuff, but also be able to talk about that professional development and that career interest area that student might have. The fun fact about this program is that mentors can join anytime. So you aren't restricted to that fall or spring matching round. Students are, because that's when I have them all sign up, but mentors can join this program at any time. And like I said, matching rounds happen twice a year. And so going into the fall semester this August, I'll start collecting names for that. And then I will do the same thing in the spring, and we'll engage you throughout the semesters. How to get involved with either the Rue Network or the Bloch Mentoring Program. Right now, I'm kind of the standing person that is collecting that mentoring information. We are in the middle of transitioning platforms. So I just wanted to put that out there, that we don't have a setup right now to have alums join and set up your profile immediately. However, we will soon. And so what I'm doing right now is if you are a professional who's interested in joining this program and being connected with the students, go ahead and email me and I will add you to our list of mentors. I already have a running list of folks that have connected with me over the summer and said, yes, I'd be really interested in being mentored with or being matched up in a mentoring relationship with a student. And I plan to reach out to those folks when we have our new platform live. But as I mentioned, alums can join anytime. So this network and this program is really for any professional who has an interest in connecting with UMKC students and being able to work across all industries, all career levels as well. How it might work in general, or how it will work in general, is when you indicate an interest in joining the Rue Network, you'll submit some information about your just professional history. So what is your current company, current job title, if you have one? What has your professional experience been? And I might also ask you about your education, just to help match you up with a student on that level as well. And then I wanted to point out that mentors who are interested in the Bloch mentoring program and specifically being matched up with business students, you'll be contacted separately, because the matching process and the uploading process for that is going to be a little bit different than if you were just interested in broad networking across the university. All right, any questions about just general mentoring initiatives through Rue Network or Bloch mentoring program? Cool. All right, another mentoring initiative I wanted to talk through is actually through our Professional Career Escalators program. It's called PCE for short. So PCE is a new program that is focused on student success. But within that student success program, it brings in a lot of student support and resources that help basically take all students from all of that different academic studies and prepare them for good paying careers across a variety of different industries. So the industries that UMKC has focused on are healthcare, education, business and engineering, and law and justice. So all of the students that are in this program are focused on those different areas. And they're always looking for mentors because mentoring is the key component of success for this program as well. The mentors in this PCE program are separate from the Rue Network mentors and anyone that is in a Bloch mentoring program mentoring. That they run this program kind of on their own through PCE. And so their training might look a little bit different than the training that you might have through the Rue Network or through the Bloch mentoring program. But it's all one key difference, I think, between the PCE mentoring and through the Rue Network and Bloch mentoring program is that with PCE, you might actually be matched up with a student for the entirety of their time at UMKC. Whereas with the Bloch mentoring program, for example, you're really only matched up for one semester, maybe two, if you have a really good relationship with that student. So that's kind of cool that you have the option to maybe have a really long-standing relationship with a student. As you can see here in the third bullet, in years 1 and 2, so early in that college student's career, the focus is going to be on group mentoring. And then eventually you might transition to one-on-one mentoring as the student gets older in years 3 and 4. So if you're interested in being a mentor with the professional career escalators, you can contact Mako Miller. She is the director of the career escalators, and she's involved with connecting all of this together in a good program for our students. Again, PCE, Professional Career Escalators, is open to all students. So if you are that type of person who maybe graduated outside the Bloch school and really want a formal mentoring experience, PCE might be a really good option for you. All right. So next part of my presentation is just really diving into the career services part of this. So not necessarily just mentoring, but how can you engage with our office? And so whether you are an alum or acting as an alum or acting as an employer or a recruiter, there's a lot of ways that you can engage with our office. So we have a list over here on the left side: career fairs, classroom presentations, on-campus interviews, hosting the site visit, which is actually where you would host a group of students to come visit your office, assuming you're in the Kansas City Metro. We do mock interviews, which are practice interviews on campus for students. Networking events, industry or function area panels, we do those every semester. Job shadowing opportunities, but also things like information tables, coffee and career sessions where you would buy some coffee, invite students to come learn about your company, and corporate days and case competitions and projects. So really, we have a variety of different ways that you might interact with our office. Again, whether you are an alumnus and want to join something like a panel and just talk about your experiences in your industry area, or maybe as an employer and you're looking to hire a student and you want to expand your company's brand on campus as well. So we'll dive in a little bit deeper into what those things are. So for this coming fall and spring, we do have quite a few different career fairs that are happening. So if you are actively thinking, yeah, we have an internship program, or yes, we have some jobs that we would like to fill in the short term, these are ways that you can do that. So we have just right in August, we have a part-time jobs fair. So if you are interested in hiring a student for a part-time position, that's a fantastic fair to get involved with. Within Bloch, we have a lot of different random fairs coming up that are Bloch focused: accounting networking night, accounting career fair. And then we work in tandem with our Central Career Services office to put on the industry fairs that are focused on business, science, and engineering career areas. So we'll have an in-person option for that as well as a virtual one. And then finally this fall, the Central Career Services office will be hosting the Healthcare and Life Sciences Fair. That will be open to all students, and Goldie on the call will be the contact person for that. In the spring, we'll have a lot of other things. So we'll have a nursing career fair, education career fair, humanities and social science internship fair, again, a healthcare and life sciences fair, and the civic, nonprofit, and government fair. We will also have an industry fair, so the business, science, and engineering. I don't believe those dates are quite set, but we'll be able to talk about that with alums as well. I did want to point out, so I've talked about how you can engage with career services as, of course, an employer who might want to hire our students, or an alum who might want to get involved in the panel. But as an alum, you're also welcome to attend any of these events as maybe a job seeker. So if you are looking to transition roles, for example, maybe make a career change, anything like that, these are open to alums. So you're welcome to attend any that are for your interest and make sense for your career goals too. Okay, so more about hiring UMKC students. So we use a career management platform called Handshake. This is where we post any lead that we get from employers, whether it's a part-time position, internship, full-time job. It's really how we organize it, because we're lucky to be smack dab in a really vibrant KC Metro area where we are surrounded by hundreds of companies that want to hire students, which is fantastic. But at the same time, that's hundreds of roles that we have to keep track of, right? So Handshake allows us to really do that in a really succinct way that is easy for a student to navigate as well. So as an employer that might want to hire a student, this is a fantastic way for you to brand your company, right? So students with multiple offers are actually more likely to go to a company they know. So the more involved you are on campus, but also the more involved you are on Handshake, the more filled out your company profile is, for example, the more likely that students will get to know you and more likely to accept any offers that you might have for employment. And if you are interested in signing up for any of those fairs or just getting in touch with our student as an employer, you can actually contact Goldie, who is on the call. But then for the Bloch School of Management, my coworker, Emily, she is going to be the one that you'd want to chat with about those type of activities. But I wanted to put a shout out that registration for our fall career fairs is open. So again, if you have any positions that you want to post and you want to start recruiting for those positions with our students, the career fair is a really fantastic way to, an effective way to meet a lot of students all at once. All right, I wanted to also post another way that you can hire UMKC students, or at least post different work opportunities that you might have. We utilize a service called Parker Dewey. Parker Dewey is a platform that posts what are called micro internships. So micro internships are short-term paid professional level projects that are open to all college students and recent graduates. So these experiences, because they are short-term, they are meant to be something that a student can accomplish anywhere from days to maybe a week to maybe a month. They're not necessarily meant to be 4-month internships. They're not necessarily meant to be formal experiences either. But they can range from working from a small entrepreneurial startup to a large enterprise. But the point of these micro internships are to provide students the opportunity to, one, get some really good professional experience, but also explore different roles, explore your company culture. And it's a fantastic way, again, to brand your company, especially if you're not sure if you have enough work for a student to fill an entire internship, for example. Micro internships are a great way to still get work done for your company and still promote an opportunity for a UMKC student. What's kind of awesome is that employers and alums can post those projects directly. So you can post those through this link on the slide. We have our own UMKC page, and so it'll bring you right into there where you can start uploading the details of the project that you want to offer to our students. All right, I mentioned Handshake. I wanted to also provide the URL for Handshake. So it's umkc.joinhandshake.com. And so, of course, this is where you can post employment opportunities. But again, I want to reiterate that this is open to you as an alum as well. As an alum, you can always access Handshake. If you have your UMKC email, you can log in with that and your SSO. If you don't, that's okay, because all we need you to do is just fill out a short form, and we'll actually verify your status with the Alumni Association and then send you a link to get you onto Handshake. So it's a pretty seamless process. Of course, this is where you can also register for all of our upcoming affairs, again, either as an employer or as a student registry. And then, of course, you can expand employer pages. You can brand through your company through those profiles. But as a student, or maybe as a job seeker, you can also view employer profiles and explore what options might be out there as well. All right, Katie, I'm going to bring you in to talk about the Alumni Association if you're ready.
Awesome. So I'm going to drop in the chat the link to request Alumni Handshake access if you don't have it.
Excellent. Thank you.
I don't have a short link, otherwise I'd say it on the meeting, but we'll get that out to you. So there are plenty of ways to engage with the Alumni Association. Visit, obviously, our website, umkcalumni.com. On that page, there's an events page that lists all of our events out. We're getting ready for Blue and Gold Week, which will happen October 1st through the 9th. So lots of opportunities to come back to campus, alumni events, ways to engage, ways to volunteer. So keep an eye out for that. We are active on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. There is a closed LinkedIn group that is for alumni. If you are in that group, feel free to post in that group. We share jobs in there, different information, news about the university. So it's just a good way to keep up on what's going on at the university. With Instagram, we've launched Alumni Takeovers. So if that's something you're interested in, if you're in a career field that is easily photographable and you think it would be a great takeover, please feel free to reach out to me and we'll connect. And then we always just ask that you have to keep your information up to date. If you do utilize a UMKC email address, they've changed the policy around that. So it's only active for a short period after your last day of enrolled classes. So we do ask that you provide us a non-UMKC email address so that we can keep in touch with you, keep you informed of all the great events that we have going on, all the great things happening at UMKC. It's a bunch of different ways to do that. We also have divisional alumni boards. So if you graduated from one of the schools and really want to get involved with the school on a more specific basis, feel free to reach out to me again, and I can connect you with the staff that works with the school directly to plug into some of the divisional activities happening. So yeah, keep an eye out on the alumni page too. Nominations for alumni awards open in the winter. So that's a great way to nominate others for alumni awards. If you're interested in joining the full governing board, those nominations go out early at the beginning of the year. So keep an eye out for that. That's another way to engage and get involved, and also help shape the programming for alumni, because that's a way that you are able to kind of have input and more direct input on what programming is out there for alumni. So
Kaity, do you mind explaining real quick what the Alumni Awards are in case they haven't heard about them before?
So the Alumni Awards are the honors the highest honors that the Alumni Association bestowed. So we have 5 campus-wide awards, which are Alum of the Year. We have a Spotlight Award, Defying the Odds, a Legacy Family, and a Bill French Service Award, which is service to the university and the community. And then we also award school-based awards, so Alumni Achievement Awards from each unit. So we recognize an alum from every unit with those awards, and those are celebrated in the spring. So this year's Alumni Awards will be on March 10th, and we hope to announce the class in early fall. So it's exciting. Yeah, it's a great way to recognize alumni who are doing great things in the community and around the globe. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. So,
sorry. Any other questions?
Exactly. Do you have any questions for Kaity or I? I know, of course, like I work specifically in the Bloch school, but I am happy to help follow up. And if I don't know the answer to your question, I can figure out where it is. And of course, Kaity is a great person to ask about any Alumni Association specific things. All right, I'm sensing no questions, which is very okay. Yes, so that's all we have for you. I appreciate you coming out and spending a half hour of your life and your lunch hour with us. Again, we really hope to see you tonight at the Alumni Networking event in person. Again, if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out to myself or to Kaity. We can hopefully give you any of that information.
Also, just in addition to the emails provided below, if you have questions for the Alumni Association or just general alumni questions, reach out to alumni@umkc.edu. And that's a great way to get a hold of me with those questions.
Awesome. Thanks all. Have a great rest of your Thursday.